Hey, morning. Welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, Thinker Right, in my living room because it's a little nippy outside and it's wet. So I'm doing my living room, doing what I do for you. You know the deal. Let's go. Writers in 25 Rules to Live By. Storytelling. Story with a message and a story for life. These are life lessons I'm giving them. All you got to do is tune in and receive them. You doing that? Again, I appreciate you. Let's go. Right Thinker's mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, getting to know yourself a little better. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka knowing thyself. And therein lies the question: do you know you? Which one of these people are you? A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Tune in. I can teach you. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can wake you up. Most people sleep this time of morning, except me. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. And if that's you, do your thing, because I do. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my eye, be true. If you got balance in your life, you're doing all right. If you don't, you need to get it, because it ain't going to work without it. Let's go. Today, right thinkers. Let's talk about right thinking's 25 rules to live by. Yeah, I give them to you every day, and they change pretty much because there's a lot of them. I just give you 25 at a time, put in a nice little package for you. Hopefully you understand and get my point across within 25, brackets. That's why I set my little thing up for you. So it's always planned out. It ain't just come here and just start talking. I can't do that. There's a plan, okay? I have a mission. Today I'm going to break down my rules. Some of them, tell you what they're about. Hopefully give you a better understanding. All right, let's go. I live what I call Maya, and to thyself be true. Meaning, if you know you, that's your goal, to find you, know who you are. And Maya is the way you can do that, by living a certain lifestyle. I call it spiritual lifestyle, God consciousness, really right thinking. But it's about you doing you. Carry yourself in a respectful manner, always. That's a day-to-day routine. You got to prove yourself every day. Keep your spirit pure. What that mean? Stay God conscious. Think God first, second, and last. Remember, He's Alpha and Omega. And I'm going to do a lesson on I teach. I don't preach. It may get a little preachy, but it's a teaching session. I give lessons. That's the difference. And I don't want to be confused or misunderstood as being a preacher because I sound preachy. Nope. I don't know the Bible. I don't have quotes from the Bible. Don't study the Bible. But I teach right thinking concepts, which predates the Bible. So it's just information that you Bible thumpers don't really have. But if you pay attention, it's no different than what you do. Trust me. For those who do, they know. All right, here you go. Right thinking is living by principles. Y'all call them commandments. The Egyptian, we had the negative confessions. Whatever it is, you need to set forth higher goals for yourself to live a standard above the norm. Raise your level, okay? Higher nature, they call it. We just talked about the Sphinx. The body is of a lion. Yeah, but the head is a man. That means man supersedes. Why? Because he have the ability to know himself. Right thinking, once mastered, you will become God-like. The idea is to find the God in you. He's in there. Your job is to find it. He show you himself. He reveal himself. Every time you do good, he blesses you. Do the other guy do that? All right, here you go. Next one is real life quotes of wisdom. I don't just talk to be talking. I try to make points, and I try to drop a little knowledge on the people. My people, mostly young people, so When I talk, they do a lot of listening. I appreciate that. But I'm seeing they ain't just listening, they're getting it and they doing it. Beautiful thing. All right, here you go. I give messages and quotes. I also speak my kadu. I'm going to tell you the truth. The quote is going to be basically a truth that I live by, that I learned, that somebody gave to me. I'm passing the knowledge on, paying it forward, so to speak. But you have to have knowledge of self in order to be your best self. And there's rules that you got to govern yourself by and to make that happen. It's a process that you have total control over. Life is God's gift to you. Another quote. What you do with it is your gift to God. I pissed away a lot of my life serving that other guy. Now I'm going to spend the rest of my life serving God. That's just my concept. That's just me quoting me. It ain't from the Bible, it ain't from the book. It's from the heart. Ma karu. I'm just speaking the truth. All right. When you get to know yourself, you will speak the truth on a regular basis. Why? Who you got to lie to? Okay? To thyself be true. And anybody else, I ain't got no problem. I'm transparent. When you know thyself, you know God and vice versa. A lot of people believe, and trust in God, but not really knowing Him. Blind faith, He's going to reward you for doing the right thing, but you need to know Him for yourself. That's what makes you do the right thing. I'm driven because of the passion and the spirit from within that drives me to do what I do for you. All right? Your blessings, check this out, and I keep trying to stress this. Your blessings are earned by living right, doing good deeds in His sight. Yeah, we help, man. I'm on a mission. I do mission work. Help other people who less fortunate. Enlighten people who are in search of that knowledge. That's a good thing. I could be selling drugs. I'm just saying. All right, here you go. All right, I serve God, not that other God. If I want to do that, that would be serving the other God. All right, I serve God, not man. That's a spiritual. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. I keep telling you that. What's inside you is God, because that's what created everything. When it was so good, He decided to get into His own creation. Living in His own creation. Sorry about that. Had a good lesson yesterday in class. I'm still a little fired up. All right, here you go. Next one is, the point I'm trying to make is understanding the message. The Greeks spoke in code. They said Jesus spoke in parables. No, there's a message that you have to give. I'm just trying to make mine a little more simple, a little more easy to get, so it won't take you years to figure out, well, what he said. Oh, I get it. It's 5 years later. Get it when it's been given to you so you can use it for yourself. My purpose of teaching and giving messages so that you can use the information. I do. All right, here you go. I asked the question, know thyself. You have 5 kinds within you. Okay, you have 5 different things within you. The message is the first 5 elements is nature. I try to lay that out for you because that's about the foundation you need to understand. The creation. They start the Bible off with the creation, so I start my lessons off with the creation. Okay, sound familiar? All right, I teach esoteric knowledge, aka hidden knowledge, to my right thinkers. They're starting to get the subliminal messages that I put in now. They also are understanding the way I teach and the message that I put forth. And they're getting it. They love it. We got a good thing going. I'm going to keep doing that because it's fun. All right. I got them thinking. As a teacher, I want my students to think, all of them, independently on their own. But think about the right things for yourself, and that thought will transfer into manifestation of something good and positive for you, the individual. Subliminal messages are the best. It impacts the brain. It leaves a constant in the brain. When that alarm clock go up, that concept, when you get the pun for a joke, you laugh. When you get something that somebody said to you, I get it, eureka, okay? All those things is happening inside the head. And if you're learning, you can pick these things up and use them to your benefit. You have to think to gain knowledge. Hence, right thinking philosophy is what? Based on thinking. What? Right. The voices that I hear people say they hear, that's you having a conversation with yourself. The other guy got to say so in there. Good, bad. He got some say. If you be directed by him, that's the ego. This guy, that's the one you want to listen to. That concept that you have a choice to make, and that's the whole basis of you knowing you. When you know you understand you have knowledge of self, you will make good decisions. That's all it's about, all right? I have students who I teach daily, and we have weekly classes, but we interact on a regular basis. I drop knowledge on them on a regular basis. We talk, but I'm busy pretty much dropping knowledge on them. They pretty much picking it up, using it. I love that. All right, here you go. Next one. I'm almost done again. I appreciate you tuning in. Oh, I'm running a little late. Let me get this done. All right. Live it. Don't talk it. I don't want to hear about your plans. Your plans should be in your head. I should see the manifestation of your plan. But you keep telling me about your plan. Don't do nothing for me or you. All right. I'm the same dude all the time. That's P-Funk, keeping it real. I don't divulge plans. Why? Because if it don't work out, you're going to say, well, I thought you said so-and-so. So you keep them to yourself. That's all. The best made plans are the one that was never discussed. All right? Don't give advice you don't use yourself. It won't work. Why? If you're not using it, why should I? Parents, remember that when you're raising your children, you the role setter. You got to set the table for them. If they see the table is a little, they're going to adjust to that. Understand that. All right? Here you go. The road to success in life is a lonely, long, and arduous road. Arduous means not easy. When you find yourself by yourself, you're on that road, okay? When you find yourself lonely because ain't nobody here, you're on that road. The spiritual path is a solo one. Trust me. Just like Judgment Day. You got no company, you got nobody to rely on but yourself. Let's go. Knowledge is the one thing you want to have and don't need. Remember the phrase? It's better to have it, don't need it. You would rather have knowledge and don't need it, then guess what? Knowledge is also the one thing not to need and don't have. If you, they say the wise man can play the fool. But a fool can't play the wise man. If you don't have knowledge, you can't do what you need to do mentally. Why? You don't have it. So if you didn't gain it, you didn't have it. If you didn't practice it, you don't have it. It don't just pop out. So obtaining knowledge is something you can do, and I'm doing it from the cradle to the grave. I study every day. That's just me. That's what I do for you. All right, here you go. Last one, I'm about done. We are all, the question is, when you walk in the spiritual road, I've been asking this before, it's been a couple of years now. Where are all my friends? On this spiritual road I'm traveling, I ain't got many friends. Pastor tell me you're being sanctified. Okay, whatever that means, I got to check in on that. But it's been lonely. But I'm cool. All right, here you go. Walking that spiritual path, it's so narrow that there's only a one-man thing. But Pastor told me, so you got to walk alone now. And I'm understanding that concept, and I'm getting better at it. Why? I'm doing it. If you're doing something on a regular basis, you should get better at it. Walking alone, I have no problem now. I just walk the walk. Oh, what a friend I have in, the Christians would say Jesus. I'm going to say what a friend I have in God. I'll just leave that one there. That's the best friend you can have. Where you're living, when you're living right, thinking philosophy, all negative people will stay away from you. I noticed that too. The change from, getting better and doing the right thing. I'm seeing less and less people. I'm hearing from less and less people. I'm like, no problem. Stay there. All right. I fellowship and work with spiritual friends. My church family, my co-workers, those are my spiritual family. Why? Because we come together on a spiritual level and we have something in common. Living, doing right, and serving our Lord. Loving and praising Him. In my house, we do the same thing. It just ain't churchy. It's spiritual. I love that. All right, here you go. Last one. Right thinkers, we are all friends in spirit. That's right thinkers philosophy. I have spiritual brothers and sisters. I have spiritual family. when we're in the spirit, we're all one. Remember, everything is on the one. I'll be back.